When we put this trifle on a Christmas buffet, it doesn't matter whether we've got 80 people and dozens of puddings, it's always the first to vanish. And that's my Swiss roll recipe in the booklet and apricot puree before it's rolled up. Now, when you've done that, you moisten it. I think this business of sherry is horrid in trifle. I'm sorry if I offend you, but it's a personal thing. Of course, you can use it instead with this if you want to. So I've used a light mixture of fresh orange juice and sweet, inexpensive sweet white wine, the one called Sauterne, spelled with an S always. And you moisten, moisten, moisten until you've got enough moisture over there. And how you tell is to take a spatula and press. And if you feel any dry bits, there are one or two there, you add a little more of each. Do you see? The Sauterne this time from the bottle, and the orange juice with my favorite kind of lemon squeezer. I think these are far better than anything that ever existed. So you just push it in and squeeze. And it's gorgeous. Right. Now, the next thing to come is softened chocolate chips. In the meantime, I'll put the apricot puree over the top. You just spread that over. And now that the sponges are nice and squudgy, you make a sort of dog's dinner of it at this stage. Push that all over. And if you don't begin to feel hungry while I'm making this, I shall have failed myself, won't I? There we go. Now we've got all the lovely things in there. Now, here comes the chocolate. Now, may I have, please, a serious word about this? If you put the chocolate chips in a saucepan and melt them down over a little hot water, they will be perfect, but they will not be perfect unless you add something which we call in the kitchen, professionals, stock sugar syrup, so that you get it of the creamy consistency of thick cream. And first, when it's softened, you beat it. You know what I said to you last time about thinking of somebody you don't like and taking it out on the sauce. Well, you give it a really good sloshing, and then you beat a little jar of this stock sugar syrup on, which is a very nice thing to have on your shelves because there are hundreds of different uses for it, and that's all chatted about in the booklet. It's really more of a small book than a booklet this year, because I've been allowed to put such a lot in for you. And then level that off. But that never sets hard, like those awful profiterole when you get hard chocolate and it cracks over your teeth. And then over the top goes another classic recipe which is in the booklet, confectioner's custard. I want you to look at that because you can see I've put some cream into it, which is still a little lumpy. And so before I use it, I beat half the quantity of either whipping or double cream because it's a question of money again, which we're all thinking of all the time. And you make the choice because they both whip beautifully. And that goes right over the top and locks that in. No wonder Mum invented a good trifle. There we go. I've touched that bowl with the chocolate, haven't I? So don't write and tell me, because I've seen it. There we go. Now we level that off very evenly and neatly. Doesn't matter if a few streaks of chocolate come through, one little bit. We'll see what's going to happen next. Get it all out. I can't bear it when I get a cue to hurry up on television and I have to leave mixture in the bowl. And sometimes you write me cross letters about it. And it's only because somebody's waggling their hands, which you can't see, saying, get over there and do the rest of it. There, now that's not wasteful. Nice clean bowl. Clean up the edge where I've made splashes. And take it over here. Now Sarah's going to bring me my cream. This custard, you must remember, is of course cold. Thank you, my darling. But it's the confectioner's custard that you can again make, cover either with a sheet of wetted greaseproof paper or with a tablespoon, hot tablespoon, run over butter and then run it over the top. And you can keep it waiting for up to 3 weeks in mild domestic refrigeration. That was a bit of a wiggle, wasn't it? I wasn't thinking about what I was doing. Now, you pipe your cream all the way over, and then you use some, Mummy used them originally, and this was how I knew about it, chocolate leaves. We'll come to that presently. When you're using these icing bags, if you remember to twist them before you start work, you will never run the risk of having the cream ooze out of the bag. Now, I'm being naughty here and unorthodox because I like to do it with one hand. But if I were doing it the professional way, I would do it like this. Using the pressure here, the finger, and then pulling it out. So you pay your money and you take your choice. You do it whichever way makes it easiest for you and looks best when you've done it. You must have a nice big swirl in the center. And you must have rosettes all the way around the edge. They're frightfully important because they're going to hold the chocolate leaves in position when we come to them. But the great thing to remember is that what I want you to watch is what I'm doing and what you have got, with absolute confidence, to fall back on is every single thing written down in the booklet. Exact information, and like the turkey, which had all its times, and all the other birds, so on this, you've got all the little details that iron out the creases for you. Because what I've tried to do is to draw on all the queries that I've had in past years and then incorporate them in the answers so that none of you will fox. Now, these chocolate leaves. Some of you will remember them because you loved them when I first introduced you to them. Have a look at that one. You can see that the veins and all the serrated edges are identically produced. And all you have to do is to pick a few rose leaves in the garden, which in an English garden you can get right up till Christmas, and then just wipe them in case there's been a passing critical bird or greenfly in the garden, you know. But don't do any more. Don't oil them or anything like that. And then soften chocolate chips. And when they're soft and beaten, the same as I've been explaining to you exactly for the sauce that's under there, the next thing you do is take a leaf, rose leaf, not a whole stem of them, but just one single leaf with a tiny little bit. You can see the tiny little bit on that one if you look closely. And then tow it over the surface of the chocolate. And that way, when you lay it down on a baking sheet, never put them near the refrigerator or they'll all turn grey and be simply horrible. Now, don't say I haven't warned you. Never near the refrigerator. Let them dry at room temperature. And then take the back of the leaf and just peel it off, and lo and behold, there's all the veinings. And don't tell that woman next door, and then you've got a bit of one-upmanship to boast about, which she doesn't know anything about. She's always satisfied. And now then for the cherries. I was very lucky, considering how short things are now. I was able to find red glassy cherries, which are going on both sides. So I'll do those. And Vera, would you like to come and do this with me? Because they'll drop off with boredom if we don't get them on a little quicker than I'm doing on my own. I'll take the beige ones, you take the green ones. And now the beige ones down there, on both sides, that's right. Got the green ones, back up, that's right. And then my hand this side of yours. Poor darling, she's so nervous on television, her hands are shaky. I only shake for the first half minute. There we are. That's right, and then one little lot there. So, and we've done it and completed Mum's trifle, which I hope very much will vanish first on your buffet, the same as it's done on Mum's, on mine, and now on Sarah's as well, and many other girls that have worked with